Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I'm just kidding. Hey, I'm very excited to be with you this week as we are doing a playlist, and wanted to let you know that as we have been doing playlists since March, since this pandemic started and we started to shelter in place, we've been putting in a lot of time. I am so impressed and encouraged by our staff, those who are contributing to the playlist and editing and making sure that we have it every week. This week's going to feel a little stripped down. We're doing a little bit less. I've given a lot of the staff a lot less responsibility this week, mostly to be able to take a breath. And possibly we're going to do a similar thing next week to see what things that we add into the playlist that seem necessary and what aren't as necessary. But we are grateful and honored to be able to bring you a playlist every week that exalts Jesus Christ. And so I hope that you will enjoy this playlist. I have a few announcements for you this week that I want you to write down or think about as we're going to start what we're going to be doing as a church community on this playlist on YouTube. One of the things is social media. So for some of you, you're zoomed out, or you're just kind of at this point where looking at videos and everything is just a lot. But a lot of us still use social media, and so we want to encourage you that if you aren't really sure what to post, that you would let people know about our YouTube channel, and you could encourage others to subscribe so they can see the playlist. That you would post things on Instagram, maybe about things that you're learning, maybe your takeaway on Instagram that we could then post as well. Or you can do things on Facebook by going to our community page and contributing and adding and talking about what's happening. And also, on top of that, you could post things on Facebook to point people to our church, because we want people to know that Jesus is Lord. And one of the best ways to do that, especially in 2020 during this pandemic, is to use social media. Next, I want to encourage you guys that we have community groups starting again in the fall. They're going to start in just a few weeks. And so signups actually will start this week. And want to encourage you to jump into a community group. We're doing things a little bit differently this round. And so there will be a few different leaders that maybe you haven't seen before that you can jump into a community group with. And so our hope is to give an opportunity for people to meet on Zoom. And then we're also kicking around the idea of maybe doing a pilot in person, bring your own chair, wear a mask community group as well, so people can engage that way. Also, want to encourage you guys to be a part of the Zoom call later today at 11:30 after the playlist. Hopefully you've seen the sermon. Hopefully you've seen some of the videos that we've released, and you can share your takeaways. But even if you haven't watched everything, we'd love for you to be on there just so we can see you. You can hear other people's takeaway to prepare you for the sermon that you're going to watch. Two more things. Want to encourage those who are part of Church of the Valley to continue to give of their offering unto the Lord. It's not about Church of the Valley. It's not about the staff. It's not about the property tax for the campus that we have. It is about worship, and it is about showing yourself that your wallet and your checkbook, if you still use those, are not things that are where your treasure is, but that you trust the Lord. And by giving to the Lord for the work that he's doing through his people at COV, it is an act of worship. So we want to encourage you to do that by mailing in a check or going on our website and clicking on the give option and paying through PayPal that way. Lastly, as last week we experienced, Laura and our interns taught, and it was such a joy for me to just sit back and have them teach the community. But I got to engage in the sermon with all four of them and hear what they were teaching and what they were going to be teaching our community and how they were going to communicate it. I gave them some ideas after hearing the rough draft. This week, we have our very own Ruth Zilka, who's going to be teaching. I've done the same thing with her. I've walked through her sermon. I've been encouraged by her sermon. We've talked about some of the difficult passages that she's going to be handling this week. And I think we as a community are going to be incredibly blessed. Want to let you know that Church of the Valley values equipping, and we have gifts in the church that we want to utilize for the glory of Jesus' name. So I hope you're excited. I hope you're excited to be a part of this playlist. Hope you will engage with us later today on the Zoom call, that you will give of your offering online or by mailing a check. You'll sign up for a community group that we are going to start to give you the option this week. And lastly, by using social media for the glory of Jesus' name, by posting things and pointing people to COV's playlist, really love that even though we can't meet in person, we can still engage through a playlist for the glory of God's name. And so hope that you're doing well. Hope that you're staying safe. Please let us know if there are any needs or any things that you're currently dealing with, because we as a church staff and eldership and lay leaders want to be able to encourage you the best that we can. Love you guys and enjoy the playlist.